Warning! The Stone Age Gamer podcast includes a lot of bad language. Cover your motherfucking ears.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer podcast. I'm Kris Randazzo and joining me tonight is Out of Context Clip Show, Dan Ryan.
Oh man, sometimes I have teeth, sometimes I don't.
And Banana Slammer, Dean DeFalco.
Firstly, thank you for using that for my intro, because I had that written down in my notes, just Banana Slammer. Also, I am very upset that you don't think I might need to shit myself and need to go to the bathroom like the other two of you. I have that ability. I have it. Welcome to Stone Age Gamer, where we might need to uncontrollably shit. Bear with us.
One or all of us. All aboard the SAG Cartoon Express. This time we're talking about shit, and I mean that. We're talking about an episode of the hideous Donkey Kong Country cartoon. How did science manage to create so many hideous faces? Be on the lookout for King K Rool's tail, because the Stone Age Gamer podcast starts now. Hi, everyone.
I'm so happy I don't read the script.
Oh, yes. Well,
I like being surprised by your quips.
I'm glad that you stopped because it makes it a lot more fun. Hi, everyone. This episode 531 is the week of September 6th. Wait, no, that's today. So it's the week of September 13th, 2024, and welcome. For anyone new here, this is the official podcast of StoneAgeGamer.com. Dan and I talk every week about what's happening in the world of video games, and sometimes we're joined by Dean, like tonight. We do it from a retro gamer's perspective, as well as whatever the heck is going on in our lives. Speaking of which, how you doing? Either
who wants
you.
To go first?
Whichever you... You know what? I'll go first this time. I haven't gone first in a little while. I'll just get a little of my bullshit out of the way.
Yeah, man.
I'm exhausted because it's been a shit couple of days. The kids are back in school, thank God. Has given me a little space. But you may have heard, if you've been paying attention to the news, that Atlantic City Electric is under investigation.
Yes.
By many things, from lots of people who have wound up with just astronomical bills. Well, guess who got one of those astronomical bills the other day?
Dan.
It was me.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's so fun.
So if you remember, I don't even think it was a full year ago when they emptied out my bank account and took like a month and a half to give me my money back. So I get a notice in the mail that says, we've been trying to reach you about your bill. You owe us a whole lot of money, and if you don't pay it within like a week, we're going to shut off your power. And I'm like, whoa. You've been trying to reach me? Because the fuck you have. I've never gotten an email, a phone call, and this is my first letter. So let's see what's going on here. I think I'm up to date with my electric bill. Go to the website, and lo and behold, my usual electric bill is somewhere around like a little under $200-ish. Around summertime,
that's not
like
bad.
last August, during the heat waves and stuff of last summer, it got up to like around $230-ish on the heavy months. Like, okay, understandable. We're blasting the AC all the time because we got to survive, and that's just the way things go. So, like, we're looking at 230-ish. There's a little warning on the website. There's been a 5% increase, and inflation is a thing. Okay. That doesn't explain a $640 bill for the month.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Not at all.
No, that really doesn't. And
we just went ahead and tripled it.
That's
how
August
fives
one,
work, right?
And now I'm like over now. And that was the August one, which I actually didn't pay because August was such a mindfuck. The whole month just completely slipped away from me. God, I hated August. August was terrible. And now the September bill is added onto it, and it's over 1,000. So
the September bill is over 1,000 or 1,000 combined.
It's combined, yeah. Now we're up to over 1,000. And so I tried getting. I really don't want to harp on this. I'll just say that I tried getting on customer service for somebody to explain it to me. They said a bunch of nonsense to me that didn't make any sense. None of the math mathed. And then they said, well, you just got to...
It was Steiner math.
call the state help programs, right? There's a 2-in-1 or whatever. Call them up and ask them if they can help alleviate your bill. But if you don't pay by this time, we're shutting off your power. Thanks for the help.
Not even a little bit admitting that they might have fucked up.
Oh God, no. And I cannot. I mean, I imagine they have to not be. Everyone's probably very thoroughly trained to make explaining this as difficult as possible.
Oh yeah,
so that nobody can understand it, and also to not admit any fault, because it's pretty public how much scrutiny they're under right now. I mean, I despise Jeff Van Drew, and he's even looking into this shit. Granted, it's probably a hollow attempt at getting votes because he's a shill. This is the guy who ran as a Democrat and then flip-flopped to be a Trump ring kisser.
Yeah.
So he's about as useless as a whatever. So I
tits on a mule.
There you go.
Is that the saying?
I think so. Why buy the cow when you get the sex for free?
You're gonna ruin our reputation with all the Trump supporters, Chris.
I believe that ship has sailed.
I believe. Yeah, I was going to say. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think we've hidden it very well.
Regardless, I put up a bunch of my games for sale because I need money, because I need electricity. And even if something comes of all these investigations into Atlantic City Electric, nothing's going to happen before they shut off my power. And there's only so much I can do. So it's all right, I'm just going to try and sell off a handful of things. And one of our wonderful listeners, Mr. I don't know if he wants me to say this. It's Matt Flamger. Of course he does. He's been mentioned on the show before.
Big old MF!
He bought my copy of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness to help me out, and I greatly appreciate it.
That's awesome.
He also sent me his from Kickstarter. He kickstarted Sea of Stars and the Super Ultimate Fancy Edition, which came with the vinyl soundtrack, and he doesn't have a record player, so he sent it to me. And it's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Sexy.
I listened to the first record while making pizza tonight. It's wondrous. Thank you, Matt. You're a marvelous human being. He said that he found out about the whole...
have the fucking best listeners in the world.
Right? We seriously
full stop.
Do.
We really
so
fucking
nice.
do. They're just a bunch of sweeties.
Nice people. He said that he missed out on giving money to the Dan Fund. He just completely missed it because he didn't check his email. And it just got funded too fast because people just love you too goddamn much.
I know,
but he said he was happy to be able to help me out.
That's fantastic.
I appreciate it. It goes a long way in paying this exorbitant bill. That, I mean, if something winds up happening and they have to reimburse people, that'll be a lovely bonus in the future. But I'm not going to rely on anything like that. I'm not going to rely on it being anything other than slap on the wrist to some rich guy and some sort of apology.
Slap the shit out the rich.
slap the rich.
A slap to the rich.
Just a slap to the rich. I
Big
love
old
it.
Backhand.
Oh, that sucks, man. That is.
It does.
Yeah.
But you know what else
fucking sucks? Because there's nothing else you can do.
Yeah.
Like you said, I have to have electricity.
I hope you get a bank error in your favor, but the good kind, not the kind that happened with Chase, where people were just fucking themselves over hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Let's try to hack ATMs based on something we saw on TikTok. That's gonna pan out great. There's no way. What could possibly go wrong?
Idiots. Fucking idiots.
Tide Pods all over again.
Yeah.
It's the world we live in.
Anything else, Chris?
In this man's economy?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I mean, I just a bunch of other stuff. The basketball hoop situation, kind of, sort of. Resolved. I finally got the smaller one. I built it in half the time. It's okay. It is considerably more lame than the big one, but it is still fun.
Sure.
The kids are enjoying it. So
at least it fits, right?
Yeah, it fits. It's here. It makes fun noises. Allie thinks it's great, and it is what it is. It's here and it's neat. I'm glad the saga is over. And I think that's kind of most of it. Ellie's pick for the movie night was the Emoji Movie this evening.
Plot synopsis.
That's
Hit
awful.
me. Hit me. What happened?
There's the meh emoji.
Yeah.
Can make other faces.
Okay.
So they think he's defective. And there's a girl emoji who's the princess. She's a hacker emoji. And they're going to like recode him to be an actual meh emoji. And he teaches her to dance and they fall in love. And it is like...
Holy shit, that's like someone's like coloring book story.
It is like the most by the numbers movie product I've ever seen. It is just, this is generic movie. Enjoy. There was the one piece of genius casting, and I can't believe they dragged this poor man into it. So the meh emoji's dad, the previous meh emoji, was played by Stephen Wright. If there is a human personification,
wow.
There's a human personification of the term meh. It's Stephen Wright. It was genius. It was a shame he didn't have anything worthwhile to say because this movie was just
because emojis.
This movie was the humor was really, 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 really shallow, and it was vapid. The whole thing was vapid. But it was Citizen Kane compared to Donkey Kong Country.
Good God.
You know, I was going to say that's too high praise. It's really not. It's really fucking not.
It's not. Oh my God. And yeah, very, very little in the way of games this week. I played a little bit more. I played a decent amount more Yars, actually.
How's it going?
It's going great. I can't believe how much fun I'm having. I'm having a hard time putting it down when I'm playing it. Like
it's refreshing to hear.
I want to know what's going to happen next. The flow of the game is really quite good with the constantly stopping to play Yars Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm throwing out a spoiler alert here because it is like a piece of the story. I just got to a part that ties it into Yars Revenge.
No shit.
Like,
okay.
I got to this basement area where there were Yars, like the fly aliens. And apparently that's why she goes by the nickname Yar and has this little tattoo thingy on her wrist, was because one of those Yars crash landed on Earth when she was a kid. And she thought she imagined the whole thing because she was a little kid. And the Yar like hung out with her and gave her the little tattoo thing. And then I don't remember what actually happened to it, but she just discovered it. And when we discovered all the Yars in the basement, is like the quotile is what it was performing some sort of operation on one of them. And she was like, "Oh shit, I remember all this stuff now. What the hell?" And obviously the writing is still hello fellow children, but it's interesting enough, and the gameplay loop is pretty satisfying. I still haven't gotten the update though. Right, remember I said last week they said that there was an update coming this week. I haven't seen anything, so
this week's not over.
Yeah, I suppose this week's not over. But the game's
supposed to come out on 902.
I think it's supposed to come out on Tuesday, so I hope they get it out before the game actually launches, because there are still a couple of technical hitches here and there, but it's not a masterpiece, but it is weirdly engrossing. Like, the gameplay loop is very satisfying. And the way that the Yars Revenge keeps changing, like, in that interview we talked about last week, they mentioned WarioWare, and I didn't quite get it, but now I do, because they keep changing aspects of Yars Revenge to make it more interesting. Like,
I did notice that like there's somewhat different objectives when you're in the game. It's not always just like Yars Revenge.
Yeah, like I got to one the other day that was just Centipede.
Yes,
like,
yes,
I
played that. Yeah, and
now I'm playing Centipede.
Now
I'm shooting like a whole bunch of ones, the like little alien things that are all around me. The quotiles moving around the stage. Like, it keeps switching it up, really almost cool. Like taking that like Atari 2600 like different game modes thing to the next level. There's a lot of love put into this game, and I really hope that it all comes together. I'm still don't like the writing, but is what it is. I started playing the MEO, the Smiling Man demo.
Okay, can you explain to me what that is? Because I've seen nothing besides the cover for it, which just looks off-putting.
It is off-putting. That's the point. It's a murder mystery.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
You're a detective. I keep reading, not a lot of people who have finished it, but anyone that I've seen like online that has finished it has been like, I can't believe no one's talking about how Nintendo released this game that is so deeply fucked up. And in a good way. Like it seems to be very well liked. I'm right in the beginning, so I'm still like just kind of clicking text boxes and, you know, asking questions and kind of getting the lay of the land. But all I've done so far is it's like Phoenix Wright basically, but with no humor. It's very like you're an assistant to a detective, and you go to a crime scene, and there was some sort of kid was murdered. And when you go to see the body has, you know, a paper bag with a creepy smiley face drawn on it. And then we went back to the office and we're trying to figure out what the next thing to do is. And that's when I stopped playing the demo because I just ran out of time.
Right.
It's been a difficult week, but I'm curious to keep going with it. It's just because I keep hearing the story is outstanding, and I don't really play digital novels like this all that much. I really enjoyed the first Phoenix Wright game, and I haven't really played anything quite like it since. So I don't know. I'm curious to see where this goes, because these Famicom Detective Club games are pretty well regarded. You know, obviously they're not huge sellers. I couldn't imagine them ever being, especially here in the United States, because they didn't really localize this stuff. Like, it's very Japanese. Right. Even they didn't even localize the voices. The voices are all in Japanese, which I'm honestly thankful for. I like subtitled stuff. So that's fine by me. I hope I find more time to play it. I also got the review code for Cash Cow DX on Switch, which I am finding vastly more playable than it was on VCS. I think it's just the controller, to be perfectly honest, because I like to play it with the D-pad, and the D-pad on the VCS controller is that just circle thing, which isn't great. And I performed so much better on my first run through on the Switch than I usually do on VCS. So I was really happy to get that. That game's just as good as it is there as it is everywhere else. So
question,
big fat hooray. Yeah, go ahead.
For the VCS, could you use like a PC controller?
I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could figure out how to synchronize it.
I'm not gonna.
Because I guess I could use. I have one of those 8-bit do Ultimate Bluetooth controllers. I could probably try to synchronize that. I'm just a sucker. It's like, that's all the way upstairs.
I mean, it's cool, man. I know with a lot of the the big systems, you can't hook in third-party controllers like the 8-bit do or whatever, which is kind of a bummer. But I understand they want to make you buy their shit.
Well, like, the 8-bit do controller I have is synchronized to my Switch right now. But I would assume you can. No, go ahead.
Is it 8-bit do or 8-bit do? I thought it was 8-bit do because it's supposed to be like Nintendo.
Oh,
like 8-bit do.
There was a product so when I went to go for the SAG 500th episode, they had these speakers from the company at the store. And when you turned them on, a little voice went, 8-bit do.
Okay. So, I stand corrected.
Because, I was on your camp. I was like, right, like Nintendo. That makes sense. But then I pressed a button and a voice came out and said, do. I was like, well, that answers that.
All right. Fair enough. Because I hate saying 8-bit do.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it either.
I don't like saying it.
I'm now used to saying 8-bit do, so hooray.
Okay, 8-bit do. All right, sorry. I apologize for the interruption.
No, that's it. I think I'm basically done. There was one more thing I wanted to mention. Now I can't. Oh, right. I've been, ever since Toriyama died, I've been slowly rewatching the original Dragon Ball. And because I haven't watched that one nearly as much as I watched Dragon Ball Z, because it wasn't as readily available when I was younger.
Right.
And I'm watching through it now. This is the first time I'm watching it dubbed. Because I only ever watched it subtitled back when I finally was able to watch the whole show beginning to end. And the first chunk of it is fun, it's silly, and then I find the Red Ribbon Saga just so difficult to get through until you get to kind of like right after that with Mercenary Tao. Like, not after it, it's kind of during it, right? It's before he actually takes down the Red Ribbon Army. The whole bit with Mercenary Tao is so cool, but after that, I forgot just how much I love where the show goes from there, because I always love the World Martial Arts Tournament, and Tien Shinhan is probably my favorite character in Dragon Ball. And I'm at the point where I just finished the World Martial Arts Tournament where he fights him, and it just doesn't fucking let up. Like, Tien's such an asshole, and the way the fight pans out, and how Master Roshi kind of convinces him that his master is a dickhead, and that he should, try being a nice guy for a change. And then as soon as he basically turns a new leaf and, beats Goku in the tournament by a technicality, and they're all going out to dinner. And then I forgot that this is when it happens, when Krillin, Goku is like, oh crap, I left my Dragon Ball and my Power Pole back at the stadium. And Krillin's like, don't worry, I'll go get it. And as soon as he said it, I was like, oh shit, this is where Krillin dies, I forgot. Because he goes back, and that's where they just immediately jump into the King Piccolo saga. Yeah. And you get all that cool exposition dump about how when Master Roshi was young, and Tien's old master was his partner, and his, group fought off King Piccolo in the first place, and his master did the Mafuba and trapped him in a rice cooker, and man, I love Dragon Ball. That shit's so good.
Old school Dragon Ball's really cool because, to me anyway, it's a little more based not on reality, but it's on Earth, where we go after that it's very just out there. This is, I feel like it's most localized form,
I don't know if localized is the right thing so much as it's smaller scale to a degree, yes. Right? Because it's one of the things I love about it is that's the sense of adventure you get from the episodes of Goku traveling to a town that's full of yes. People who live in the desert, and all these different cultures and different magical things. No matter how strong Goku gets, there's always some sort of trick that can slow him down, something that just is beyond pure strength. And the whole message of the show is look, no matter how good you are, there's always something to learn from other cultures. And I love that so very much about this show. And watching the whole transformation of Tien, and watching that whole fight, and Yamcha getting his leg broken, and seeing characters like Yamcha and Tien be the strongest characters on the show is
I also thought that was very cool, watching them be strong and viable.
Yeah, when I first saw Z, obviously, because that that was my first introduction, and and in the beginning they're all pretty well up there, right? Everyone's going up against Nappa, and then it really just comes down to Goku versus Vegeta, and everyone else gets killed. But seeing where those characters all come from is super cool.
Huge,
and obviously there's Master Roshi is a very difficult character to deal with sometimes, with this show is terrible to women. It's so bad to women. Yeah. Launch is such an awful character.
Yeah, his character's not. But and the thing is, he's such a badass when it comes to the fighting, though, that it makes him hard to hate. Well, it makes you forget about all that shit.
With minus the perversion stuff, every other aspect of his character is great. When he's having the whole conversation with Tien about, he finishes the tournament and he's still, kind of angry, but then people start crowding around him and cheering him. And he's just and Master Roshi's just, contacting him telepathically, you see that? Adulation's a new thing for you, but it's kind of cool, isn't it? All you got to do is not be a jerk, and people will actually like you for your skills, because you're super skilled. It's such a good show. The original Dragon Ball is such a good show, and I kind of forgot how engrossing it was, because I'm now at the point where I'm just itching to watch the next episode, and then obviously I'm going to move on to Z, which the beginning of Z is just a whole lot of Gohan in the woods, and it's going to be fine. I'll get through it. Because my whole purpose was I'm going to go through, I'm going to do all of it. I'm going to finally sit down and make myself watch all of GT eventually.
No,
I have to.
Isn't there a new thing coming out?
Yes, Daima is starting soon. Dragon Ball Daima, where somehow they've all been turned into kids, which is super funny to me. Because that was the whole thing in GT was Goku was a kid.
Yeah.
But this is everyone Piccolo's a kid. Piccolo was never a kid. That didn't...
Right.
Fuck it, Piccolo's a kid now.
I love it. No, Piccolo was a kid, was he? He was barfed up as an egg. Did he come out as a kid, or did he come out as... I can't remember.
It wasn't in just Dragon Ball. He was King Piccolo, not King Piccolo, but he was he was older.
he was older. Then he got the Dragon Balls and wished for his youth, and he fought in the tournament. And when Goku killed him, he hacked up an egg, and that's what the current Piccolo is now. What came out of the egg? No, he was a kid. He did come out as a kid. Never mind.
He was a kid?
But it's like for like a little bit. I swear he came out as a kid. I could be wrong. I'm misremembering. It's been a while since I've seen it. Regardless, it's Kid Goku, Kid Vegeta, Kid Shin. Like everyone's a kid. It's so weird. I'm super curious about it. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, because I loved Super. Right. I know a lot of people had problems with Super. I thought Super was fucking great.
I liked all the new characters they introduced too, like Hit and all of them. That was a cool show.
Oh, Hit was so good. Yeah. That freaking moment though, when it wasn't Hit. Was it Hit? When he first did he pulled out the old Kaioken when he did Super Saiyan Blue and like that. Right, that was Hit with the fight against Hit. Oh my god, that moment where he finally pulled that off and he attacked him and it worked and the theme songs started playing. I was like, oh my god, this is the coolest shit ever. And then what was it? Was Jiren showed up and Jiren was just
Jiren's a bad dude.
Was something else. But they brought my only gripe with Super was that they did Tien kind of dirty, right? They brought him into the tournament and everything, and then he didn't get to do anything cool. He was the only one who didn't really get to do something cool. Even Master Roshi did cool shit in there.
Yeah, they gave a lot of characters space to do cool shit, and he didn't get a spot.
Krillin finally getting revenge against Tambourine, the one who killed him in the episodes I just watched. Yeah. Like, to bring all that shit back, I think they did such a good job with Super. And I know, yes, of course it has its issues, but
everything
who cares?
Does, though.
All of Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball's a fucking mess, but it's fun.
It's our mess. It's a happy mess.
Yeah, it's my mess. I love it. All right, that's it. That's all I have. That's everything that happened to me in the last week that I can think of.
Okay.
Dan? Go ahead, Dean.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
What is this?
Right. Are you okay? Did you just get something else you need to speak about?
Just our gambler text just sent me a headline. It says Atlantic City's top casino underpaid its online gambling taxes by $1.1 million.
That sounds like a lot.
That's just a decimal point here or there.
Yeah. Way to go, Borgata. Look at that.
You know.
All right. What have I been... Yeah, I was here last week, so you guys know about the whole hand falling off thing. Thankfully, it's getting better. I've just been picking at all the skin. I have like a new layer of skin under it. It's cool. I'm a lizard now. It's great.
You've always been a lizard, Dean.
Yeah, that's true.
I distinctly remember working with you with the Joker's Child, and like you had to like sit outside on a bench in the heat because you were a lizard. You required the heat. You were cold-blooded.
Yeah, well, dude.
Outside
firstly,
on a bench eating bugs.
That place was super cold.
Like, right, to be fair, they kept that place meat locker temperature.
Yeah, and I'm already a pretty skinny guy, and then on top of that, I was younger, so I was even skinnier, and I'd have to go in there with like a sweatshirt just to live, and
everybody needed sweatshirts there, but I loved that. It was like be 90 degrees outside. Like, well, going to work. In shorts and a hoodie.
It's gonna be awesome.
Best day ever.
Yeah, it was a little rough, but I mean, it could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. I've worked in way worse conditions now. Anyway, okay, hand fell off. Coming back, it's great. All that. 10 out of 10. Games.
10 out of 10 fingers.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 fingers.
No notes.
As far as games go, I didn't really get any further on SteamWorld Heist, even though I would have liked to. I played a bit of this game called Talented, which is on Steam. It's one of those bullet hell rogue things like Vampire Survivors, except instead of having an entire playfield to move around, everything comes from the 4 cardinal directions, and over, I think it's 20 waves, everything gets increasingly worse and worse. But you have all these classes that you have to fight against all these different monsters. It looks like a Game Boy game, actually. I would recommend, just taking a peek at the graphics because they are really cool. It's got some pretty decent music. It's still in early access, but they did just add controller support, which was kind of enough for me to slap down some money to play it. It's a really cool game, so if you like those type of games, and if you like something that looks retro, this is a really, really awesome one of those games. And I think it's like not super expensive. It's probably $8 or $9. What else? I was playing earlier today, due to Matt Ramo, big friend of the show. He recommended Star Trucker. I think that's what it's called, Star Trucker. Which is like 18 Wheels of Steel trucker game, whatever the fuck, truck simulator. I think that's what it's called. But you're in space, like it's like a cosmic highway that you're on. So, I didn't know what to make of it at first. I thought it was like kind of, truck driver light. It was going to be a fun adventure-y sort of game where we're just taking shit A to B. It is not. It is a full-on truck sim and then some, bro. Like, I was not ready. The first thing that happens is the truck is damaged because there's like a hull breach. You're outside the fucking truck fixing it. And then, there's a user manual you have to read for everything. I got to the point where I needed to back a truck up to a port. And I had to be within like 0.2 feet of clearance on a bunch. There's like 3 different axes to make your truck level in space. And it's really fucking difficult to do that when like you have no experience driving a fucking space truck. So I don't know if I'm gonna
work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, dude. And like, so I spent maybe 15-20 minutes trying to just straighten out the truck enough to get it like backed in, and in that time I lost the batteries for all of my like auxiliary and life source stuff. Like oxygen ran out. I was too stupid to figure it out, so the game was like, all right, now you die. Yeah, I'm gonna try again. I don't know if that game's for me though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure it's for someone. Matt really likes it. He said it's super interesting, but like I don't know if I have the patience to drive a fucking space truck. Like anyway, like that. I think it's too much, like too many like micro stats and stuff that you got to pay attention to. Like I was getting flustered that like I bumped the building accidentally, and then I had a hull breach. I had to get out of the fucking truck again while I was backing it up and fix the whole. It was a whole thing. As you can see, I was getting very flustered about it. So, yeah, like I'm gonna try it one more time. Like now that I'm a little informed about what I'm getting into from the beginning, but I don't know if it's for me. What else? The last thing was... What
was the actual title of that again? It was...
Star Trucker, I think it's called.
Star Trucker?
Yeah, it's published by Raw Fury, which has published a lot of like really good shit recently.
Have they? I know they did a lot of arcade stuff.
So they did Cassette Beast. They published Cassette Beast, which was really, really popular on consoles and Steam. It was a Star Trucker?
Yep. Nailed it.
Yeah, I wish I had a trucker hat. Got him.
Trucker hat.
Trucker hat.
Look at my trucker hat.
Trucker hat. Yeah, that's... I kind of just kept muttering that to myself for like the half hour I played the game. But I don't know. I think like for people who like those sort of games, this is definitely it. It's very well presented. It looks good. It's pretty slick. There's, I'm sure, all the cool bells and whistles you'd want like in a trucker sim. I don't know. I'll come back in a couple weeks and we'll revisit my trucker life again. But I don't think I'll be getting employed for very long. The last thing was I was playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon because Dan got me all horny for Castlevania. And
excellent.
Yeah, I decided to start like my own little series of sorts. So I started with the Game Boy Advance stuff, and I'm going to go to the end of the DS stuff. That's kind of my line I'm going to draw. And I forgot that Circle of the Moon is a lot more Castlevania and a lot less like RPG stuff. Not that that's a bad thing. But it's way different than the games become like later on, I guess. But in a good way. I've been having a lot of fun. I did get to a point now where the game starts to turn on like the hard button, and there's definitely a point in this game where it's like, all right, we're gonna see how good you are. It's the what the hell's the thing's name? Aldramech? Adramech? It's a big robot looking head thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forget the name. I know what you're talking about though.
That fight sucks the fattest of dicks. It's a very difficult, like, every attack is a giant swipe that takes up half the screen. You have to like recognize a lot of the patterns, the boss has a lot of health, so it does not go down without a fight. I don't remember because I've beaten Circle of the Moon before. I don't remember how I did it because I'm trying to think about what I have compared to like what I need to do, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna have to get good. I don't think there's a way I can like RPG my way out of this or level up. I think I'm just gonna have to get good and face this monster. So that's where I'm at. I think that's like halfway through the game, maybe a little less. But I've been enjoying it. I for anyone who hasn't played these games but likes stuff like Hollow Knight or Ori and the Blind Forest, dude, like what the fuck are you doing? This is the one that made all those like a thing. So download them, buy them. Buy them. You don't, or download them. That's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said it the first time. Download them on the console that you clearly own. So yeah, there's plenty of ways to get them now. There's the Castlevania Advance collection for all the Advance games, and there's the Castlevania Dominus. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yes, the Dominus collection.
Dominus collection for all the
Dominus
DS ones.
Pizza.
I did forget, as a nice bonus, that the Advanced collection comes with Dracula X. So I'll probably poke into that a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to beat it, because from what I remember, that's like a pretty hard game, isn't it?
It certainly can be. There's definitely areas of that game that are cheap as hell, but I love that game. And and plus you now have save states. So
that is true. I haven't been
just abuse that shit and you're good to go.
Yeah, I think I will. All right. Yeah, that's definitely worth it. So
that game is well worth playing if you can abuse save states for sure. Just the soundtrack and the visuals alone make that game, for all of its shortcomings as far as the actual like gameplay is concerned, it is an audio and visual delight on the Super Nintendo.
All right, I'm definitely gonna check it out then once I get through the advanced things. Yeah, I think that's it. Honestly, I wanted to do more, but every night, like, I've played for an hour and a half, and I'm just dead tired. I end up like just crashing out in a chair, and then I wake up an hour later with a stiff neck and need to go lay down.
Yeah, I've been dead tired this week too. This month is going to be rough because I'm covering Quizzo every Wednesday night, and then every Thursday night I have a podcast, and every Friday night I have this podcast. So I'm not getting the sleep I need. But I am going to earn some extra money, so hooray.
Money's also good.
So I'm told. I don't remember what it's like to have it.
I've never had any of it, so.
God, I did back in the old days. Remember work, I was still living at home with my parents, but I had a full-time job at Funco Land, and it was like just fucking rolling in dough.
Fun money. I remember fun money. Yeah, that doesn't exist
no
anymore.
Responsibilities, but lots of money.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Those were the
good
days.
Times.
Great oldies.
Dan, what do you got?
Oh, man, so...
Cancer.
Nailed it. Yes. Nailed it. Stud.
And the podcast.
Oh, I did I did actually order the Steam Deck yesterday.
Oh, sweet.
I think it was either yesterday or today. Everything cleared and the Steam Deck has been ordered. Everything should theoretically be on its way to you. When it actually shows up, who the hell knows? But everything should be in some way, shape, or form on its way to you.
Outstanding. Very excited. I am still legitimately like blown away by everyone's generosity and love and care and all of that, and I'm fucking super excited. This week is the recovery week, right? Last week, when we recorded, I had just gotten the infusion the day before, so I was all fucking hopped up on steroids, feeling great, you know. And then the steroids wear off about a day or two after the infusion, like 2 days after the infusion is about when the steroids wear off. So like Saturday, I woke up and I was like, oh, there it is. Yep, that's the feel. Cool. So then just this entire week has just been the recovery part, and it really doesn't hit me, or it really didn't hit me too hard until like, I don't know, like Monday really is when I started feeling like I just feel shitty, you know. I thankfully still am avoiding nausea, which makes me very, very happy, because feeling nauseous sucks, you know, like it's awful. But the fucking bone pain is still just this unreal sensation. Man, it's just fucking weird. And it's hard to, what makes it especially hard during the recovery week is that the bone pain kicks in pretty significantly. And my oncologist has suggested, not strongly suggested, but suggested that I try to stay away from NSAID pain relievers as much as possible. So things like ibuprofen, naproxen,
stuff that fucks with,
that
like,
sort of
blood,
stuff.
Right?
It's harder on your liver, and your liver's already doing so much with the chemo. Or at least that's what they told me. So they prefer that you take Tylenol. And my entire life, Tylenol has never done shit for me. Like, if it's take a Tylenol, like, no, I'll pass. It's all right. It's not going to matter. So I'm not getting as much, like you just said, Chris, I'm not getting as much sleep as I need to, because I'll sleep for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I have to get up and walk around because my legs just fucking hurt, you know, or my back hurts, or whatever it is. Theoretically, that should get better as the infusions go on, because the lesions that are in the bone will be taken care of, or will certainly be, you know, knock on wood, smaller, as things are going on. So like the earlier part of the week was really just kind of spent resting, logging on to work from home, because I work from home the week after my recovery week, and then I'll go back in, you know, next week for a couple of days, and then my next infusion is next Friday. But getting up, like walking downstairs and like sitting down in my chair, I'm like, oh fuck, all right, I'm gonna need a minute, hold on. Like, I'll just really get worn out from it. It's wild. So it doesn't really leave a lot of time for like gaming earlier in the week, so I had to squeeze a lot of shit in here these last couple of days. And I finished Symphony of the Night the other day, and picked up the Dominus collection, what you were just talking about, Dean, because the next game on the list after Symphony of the Night is Order of Ecclesia. And I think after what I put in today, I'm about halfway through Order of Ecclesia, maybe a little bit more than halfway. It's just such a good fucking game. It's so good. Like, Order of Ecclesia is... The storyline, like, Shinoa is such a good character. The glyph system, I think, is really cool, really interesting. Just the way that game looks, the way it sounds, the way it controls, everything about that game is just fucking outstanding. And it sold, like, not nearly well enough when it came. Like, none of the Igavania stuff really sold very well, which is such a damn shame. I mean, I'm happy that it sold well enough for them to let him continue to make it, you know. But it never really got the audience that it deserves. So I'm so hopeful with this collection that more people get a chance to play these games, because they're fucking great. And
it does seem like happening. There's definitely been a lot of chatter about like, how come nobody told me about this Shinoa character? Why didn't anybody tell me that Order of Ecclesia was so good? And it's like, well, we did.
We did.
We were shouting from
everybody
the rooftops,
told you.
But
yeah.
But what seems to be
you
the
just
answer,
didn't buy it.
What seems to be the answer more often than not that I keep seeing is because you were 5.
Well,
So,
that
like,
too.
There's a lot of younger people who are discovering these games now for the first time because they didn't realize that Symphony of the Night isn't actually the pinnacle of Castlevania for a lot of people. It's my personal favorite, I think, but like
There's
I go back and forth between
ones,
that and Dawn of Sorrow. Like Dawn of Sorrow is so good. All those GBA and DS ones are like, they're all around the same like goodness level more or less with Symphony of the Night. They're extremely
really
high caliber games. So that makes me happy to see it getting out there.
They've done a really good job incorporating the dual screen stuff onto like the television. Works just fine. It's great.
Now
I heard the drawing the glyphs is like a QTE instead of like actually drawing it on the screen, because like I know they mentioned the one game you have to move a cursor around because that's like you had to like draw to get rid of blocks or something on the screen, but the glyphs they're just like, nah, we're not going to make you do that. It's just a quick time event basically.
I haven't done that one yet. I don't know. I've only played through Order of Ecclesia. That's Dawn. Yeah, I've only played through that. So I don't know. I can't speak to that.
I really, really want to play it. I wish I had the I'm sad because Gimmick 2 came out and I didn't buy it because I have a game I need to be playing right now for review, and I'm just begging for a review code for Gimmick 2 because I want to play it so freaking bad, but I also am like, I want to wait for the physical version, and that's going to be such a problem for the next couple of months because like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, perfect example. I need to get that physically. I'm not going to buy it twice. I can't make myself buy that game twice. No. That's just, it's too much money. But the physical version doesn't come out till freaking November. The physical version of Gimmick, I don't think is until next year. Like, I want to play, but give it to me now.
I did also finish. I just remembered because it really didn't take very long. I finished the fucking remastered, the Haunted Castle.
Yeah.
Castle.
Oh, nice, man.
How the fuck did I say it that way?
I don't know, but I'm glad you
Castle. Did. Jesus. It was really cool. Like, it's a actual playable version of that game. Like, and it's not super hard. Like, it's tough, like it's a tough game, but the Dracula fight is really cool. M2 did a really nice job making it look like Haunted Castle, but so much better. Yeah, like it's weird.
Really good.
It's weird how much it looks like a thing it doesn't look like at all. It's a very weird fucking thing, but
it begs the question:
totally
what
playable,
if this
really
game
fun.
Wasn't ass?
Yeah, it's a fucking commendable effort, and I really enjoyed it. So that's really been the scope of my game. I mean, pad and snap and all of that shit. I do want to call out though specifically. I received a care package earlier this week from the Weekend Rental family, and I'm currently wearing my Recovering Slut hat as we record, which just makes me so fucking happy. Like, I opened this box up, and I was just like, yes! This is amazing. And I need to, like, wear hats all the time now because this week, my hair is gone. That was it. It was this week. And I finally took the razor to it yesterday. I still have a little bit of a beard left. Like, it's not my beard, certainly, but it is more than, like, I went into one of the dispensaries around here to pick something up the other day, and like I walked in there, and the dude who was behind the counter, I didn't ask him if he was also going through chemo. I don't think so.
Probably not good to be going around asking people.
No, like, your beard is patchy as fuck. Is that because you are also in my situation? Like, I still had a better beard with this patchy ass shit that I've got on my face right now. But yeah, it was fucking wild. Like, I would be in the shower and it was like a fucking horror movie. Like, just rubbing my hands through my hair and just fucking clumps were coming out. And I was like, all right, that's enough. So thank you for the hat that is now covering my bald ass fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin head.
Dan,
the Godzilla figure is now on my nightstand. I love it. I love you, boys. Thank you.
All I'm saying is, why are you going to let this stop you from living your Perk Angle era?
Sure.
That's all I'm saying, man. You're one moonsault off of a stage away.
Boy, yeah. It's
Chris, you don't have to get that. Don't worry.
Wild,
it's fine.
Man.
I'm just over here. I'm over here pondering the question that I know all of our listeners are wondering as well. Does the carpet match the drapes?
Ooh.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah. It's weird. Like, my leg hair and my eyebrows are still there. My eyelashes are still there. Underarms gone. Crotch on its way to being gone. Leg hair and arm hair, no difference. Because fuck, why not?
Dude, get rid of all of it, man. Just decrease wind resistance to 0.
I might. If everything goes but my leg and arm hair, I might just shave it just to fucking do it.
Yes.
Be like, what?
Yes.
Yeah. Just like, fuck you. You don't get to stay. It's very strange. It's very
You're
weird.
Not the hair I care about.
You're not. I don't care about my fucking arm hair. Blah. Get off me. Oh, shit.
Well, that went faster than expected.
Yeah. Castlevania's great. Play Castlevania.
Everyone should. And everyone should.
Banana Slammer.
Someday. Banana Slammer. God, all right. Well, I guess if that's the case, what? What?
I was gonna say, can we just get to this damn cartoon?
No, we still got to do week-old news.
No, I know, but I'm so annoyed that we have to talk about this cartoon. I don't even want to do week-old news. I don't even want to do it.
Tough shit, pal.
That's fair.
We've got a schedule to stick to, goddammit. I have a script, and I'm going to follow it. So right now, we're going to take ourselves a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about what's going on in the world of video games. Don't worry, it's a light week for week-old news, so we can just get right to ranting and raving about Donkey Kong sooner than later. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer Podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around. And now here's a quick look at what's new in the gratuitous rainbow spectrum at StoneAgeGamer.com.
First up, in this month's Nintendo report, Kris takes a look at the Nintendo franchises that start with the letter H and I. Neither letter had enough to fill a single entry, so we get a double blast of alphabetical goodness this time around. Has Nintendo made a hockey game since NHL Stanley Cup for SNES? Does that count for H? Anyway, could we find ourselves visiting
It was in the hockey. I made a hockey category because there was ice hockey and an NHL Stanley Cup.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. Could we find ourselves visiting Hotel Dusk again someday? Does Hogan's Alley have... No, it doesn't. Does Hogan's Alley have a future? No. I know I could use a fresh opportunity to shoot cardboard cutouts of gangsters in my life, but it's not going to happen. We don't live in a fucking perfect world. The planet is not a wish-granting factory. So, no. Anyway, find out all about it in the Nintendo report. Harmonies, hotels, and hockey.
Next, it's time for another 16-bit brawl. This time around, I took a look at Sparkster. 2 different games with the same names and box art. But with the original masterpiece, Rocket Knight Adventures, being a Sega Genesis exclusive, did that platform sequel have an unfair advantage? Does adding a slot machine to the gameplay make for a fun addition? Why is screen cramping such an issue on both of these releases? Find out which jetpack-fueled possum is better in 16-bit brawl Sparkster SNES versus Genesis.
Finally, if you've ever wanted a video game about learning karate from your superintendent while avoiding school bullies dressed like skeletons, alright, Tough Bonozos! Because the Karate Kid on NES has pretty much nothing to do with the Karate Kid movie. No, this game's all about the Karate Kid Part 2, complete with a trip through scenic Okinawa, rescuing a girl from a bell tower during a typhoon, chopping a bunch of ice blocks with your bare hands, and of course, a climactic showdown with Chosen. But is the LJN published NES game any good, or does it deserve less than a sterling reputation? Find out in Stone Age Gamer Review, The Karate Kid.
For all this and more, be sure to check out the gratuitous Rainbow Spectrum under the blog section every Wednesday at stoneagegamer.com. And guess what? We're back.
Holy shit.
Oh, we're back. We're so back.
Front.
We're back like we never left.
We are
like
back.
We never left.
Okay.
Before we get to anything else, we're going to talk about what's new at Stone Age Gamer. And again, it hasn't been a crazy busy week. We sold out of like a metric ton of Evercade games over the Labor Day sale, which was kind of surprising.
That's
today.
awesome.
Just because like the discount wasn't crazy big on them, it was just a 10% discount. But like we sold out just about everything. So we're placing a big order for Evercade cartridges.
Are you guys like a pretty big retailer for them, or like
we do pretty well with those?
Well, I was going to say, do like a lot of people carry Evercade stuff?
A lot of online places do, I think. I mean, I guess I don't really know about a lot, but they're around. They're not hard to find.
No, obviously, I don't want to plug anyone besides Stone Age Gamer, the only place to get your Evercade cartridges. But
that's right,
yeah,
exclusive online.
Just when I was thinking about it, I haven't seen a lot of places carry them. I've seen like maybe one or two.
Right. Well, we certainly carry them, and they move pretty well, and they moved especially well over the during the sale. So we're gonna do a big restock on those. We're also gonna be we just made our first order with CollectorVision, so we're gonna be carrying a whole mess of homebrew ColecoVision cartridges.
That is cool.
Pretty soon. We've been in chats with them to get some sort of like wholesale going on so we could actually sell them on our website. And we've got like, I don't know, 25
really
or
awesome.
30 games to get started with. I'm pretty stoked about it. They had a bunch of stuff that I wasn't 100% sure on the, what the rights on them were, because they have like a lot of homebrews of existing games of like, here is this actual like licensed game on ColecoVision. And I wasn't 100% positive.
GTA 5 on Coleco.
On ColecoVision. I freaking wish I would order that for sure. But like pretty much anything original that they had. Plus, they just ported Sydney Hunter to Master System, so we grabbed that too, like a handful of copies of that. I'm really excited about it because CollectorVision stuff is super cool. So that's going to be
that's really cool.
That's going to be a good time. And then we also had a big restock of Kirby plush. It's just like 12 different Kirby plushes. So.
How big do they come? Can I live in one?
We don't have any live-in ones.
Okay.
Let me actually. I can get the list real quick of what we actually got.
Let's see what sizes you got, man.
What were the Kirby plush that we just got in? We have the Kirby's Adventure All-Star Collection 6-inch, the Club Mochi Kirby Junior 6-inch plush, Kirby's Adventure Kirby of the Stars Kirby Artist plush, Kirby's Adventure Helmet with Toy Hammer, Kirby Nui Guru Knit 6-inch plush, Kirby Nuri Guru Knit Hovering 6-inch plush, Kirby 5-inch Heart plush, And then there's an Amy, 2 Amy from Sonics, and a Cuphead and a Mugman. But yeah, that's what we got.
Dude, love it. And
awesome.
Collect all those over at Stone Age Gamer. Why not?
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch all the Kirbys.
That's what they say. And with that, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment. Strap yourselves in. It's Week Old News. All right, welcome to Week Old News, where we talk about all the news that was new a week ago. And this is kind of a short week in Week Old News. Kind of a short week. Not a lot going on, but the stories that are out there are definitely worth discussing.
Oh boy.
Hit us with those gems.
All right, so first off, no spoilers, all right? Because this was earlier in the week. IGN reports Concord is estimated to have sold only 25,000 units. Here's why analysts think it failed. I didn't read through the article. I know exactly why it failed. Nobody fucking wanted to play this game.
Yeah. The coolest thing about it was the controller. Like the special edition Concord controller.
I don't even remember seeing it.
Really nice. It looks really nice. Yeah. It's just a DualShock in a cool colorway, but yeah, it did not sell well. I wonder if that's going to have any negative implications for them.
I really don't know, but I do know that when we all saw the trailer, we said, that doesn't look very good.
Yeah, it looked... I mean, I don't remember exactly what I said. I think I said it looked fine. I think. Or
think
maybe
you said
I hated
it looked fine.
I don't remember.
I think that you said it looked fine at best, and I'm pretty sure that I had a distaste for this off the get-go, just because it seemed... I hated the writing. It just smelled to me of like, this is what people who've never seen Guardians of the Galaxy think Guardians of the Galaxy is. And like everything just was generic and uninspired, and I mean, obviously you can go back and double check me, because our listeners know better than I do what I've said, because I don't pay attention to myself. But I remember feeling a whole lot of nothing when I first saw this one, and it's that sentiment seemed to be pretty solid throughout the course of the internet. Just looking at this and saying, like, even if this is just middling at best. In the hero shooter genre, if you just release a middling game, no one's going to play it, because people are already playing. The only thing you're going to be able to do with this genre of game at this point is pull existing users from other games. And if your game isn't better than the other game they're already playing, they're not going to stop playing it to try yours out. It's just not going to happen that way.
And then, not to mention, like, and granted, they did announce it not all that long ago, but like, the next big one, if there's going to be one, is going to be that Marvel one that's coming out soon.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
it's got. But
that's got Spider-Man.
Yeah,
right. You know, like, Spooderman goes a long way. I splooge for the spood, but like, so my thing is, like, who thought this was a good idea? Because clearly, like, you spent like an entire development cycle making this game. It didn't just appear overnight. And
they've been working on this for 10 years.
Right. So, okay.
Nearly 10 years. So when this started development,
it was a big deal.
They were just like, this is the next big thing. We better get in on this. What's popular right now? Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah, let's do that.
I feel like there should have been a point to step back for a minute and have pivoted, because you know what? Fortnite did that. Like, they had a model that wasn't working and then completely retooled their game to something that made them billions of dollars at this point.
Probably.
Yeah. It has to be. Yeah.
And like I said, that game started as like a wave-based survival game. I remember, because I was going to buy that version of the game, and then they retooled it to whatever the I mean, granted, I should be one to talk. I just don't like Fortnite, but whatever it is now, and like, you know, it became a giant success. And this is the opposite, where someone stuck to their guns way too fucking long. And I mean, granted, the game had really bad personality too. That's also the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. The character designs, its personality, etc. Which leads us to our next story. Polygon reports, Sony pulls Concord from sale, will refund customers. This game made it on the market for 2 weeks, and it did so poorly that Sony was like, you know what? We're going to pull this back. We're going to give everybody their money back, and we're going to rethink what we're going to do with this game. I don't know what it's going to turn into. I have to assume free to play because
100%.
It's what else are you going to do? Like, you can't sell this game. You can't sell this property unless you rejigger its entire personality. Because
it's one of those.
It's not good. It's just not a good personality.
It's one of those things where, you know, like you were just saying, 10 years ago, when I started thinking about this, it was, okay, this is what's popular, this is what we're going to try to do, right? And this studio obviously has put a lot of time and effort into it, and Sony believed in it so much that they bought the studio, right? Like, they went and purchased the studio so that this would be their looter shooter that would be out there. It's such a colossal fucking disaster because, like, I'm so fucking.
But like,
it's
here's
so
the
weird.
thing: what you're talking about right now.
Because I want to defend the work and the effort that was put into this project, right? Because obviously there was love and all of that. But
let's preface that
you're not.
Yeah. Like,
you're not Fortnite, you're not Overwatch.
No, you're right. That's also true. Well,
don't do it.
But what's really interesting that's happening right now, specifically with this game with PlayStation right now, is this game is like the perfect encapsulation of everything that's wrong with Sony's philosophy towards game design right now. And on the flip side of that, the most excited I've been for a PlayStation game, and the most excited I've seen almost anyone for a PlayStation property in a long time, is Astrobot. A game with a third of the budget, like a fraction of the amount of dev time. It looks amazing. It's fun. It's paying homage to all this PlayStation history that has not been fostered for generations. And it's getting rave reviews. People are genuinely excited to play it. And like, it couldn't be more different.
I really want to play it, and it's not my style of thing. But I'm really excited about it. I really want to
play it. My sister got a copy of it so that John could go over and play it, because John's been seeing ads for it, and he really wants to play it. And I'm like, I really want to play it too, but I can't drop $500 on a fucking PlayStation 5. I just can't do it. But this is the first game that's come out that's been like, yeah, you know what? I actually really want to play this. I'm genuinely interested in playing this game. It looks great.
Controller looks sexy AF too.
It's my deepest hope that Sony looks at this entire situation and says, wait a second, what if we approach, like, I'm not saying turn into Nintendo. I'm saying maybe take just a slight bit of hint from what makes Nintendo so successful. Just like, look at what they do and apply just a fraction of that to your massive back catalog of dead IP, and be like, you know what? Why don't we foster some of this stuff and see what it turns into? Look what they did with Ratchet for so long. They did Ratchet for generations, and it just kind of like, okay, well, where'd Jak and Daxter go? Like, when I look back at my PlayStation collection, like, I have a ton of PlayStation 1 games, a ton of PlayStation 2 games, and it was PlayStation 3 was when they started to change their development philosophy to, we're going to make these hyper-real, very cinematic first-party things.
Oh, dude, remember?
We're going to chase the AAA
Killzone,
bug. And I have
Haze, all those stupid fucking games.
8 PS3 games.
Resistance.
I have tons of PlayStation 1 and 2 games, and when you look at the stuff that came out during that era, and where there was a second Jumping Flash, they were cranking out Sly Cooper games, they were cranking out Jak and Daxter games, like, they were doing the things that put them on the map and made these things so beloved. So when you got something like PlayStation All-Stars, and there were these characters in there people were excited to see, and then like other characters they weren't so excited to see, and it just didn't go anywhere. And now we're on PlayStation 5, and like, I know the PS5 has sold a bajillion copies, and I know it's a decent system, but you also have this prevailing sense from so many people that where are all the games for this system? Like, where's the thing that's like, oh, I need PS5 for this thing? Like, where's my big exclusive thing outside of, like, Spider-Man? Like, the games exist. I'm not saying there's no games on PS5, but it's also good.
Well, I mean,
but also yes, it is. But it's also like wasn't that one also on PS4, or was that only PS5?
That was only PS5. I'm pretty sure.
So
I think the point that you're getting to is because Nintendo does the same thing, right? Like, you have the big fucking Zelda, right? Like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, these big epic, like, that's their AAA. But then you also get this new Zelda game that's coming out. You get the Princess Peach game. You get the iconic characters, but in smaller AA titles.
Yeah,
you know, not even single A titles. You get
Amio the Smiling
Man. AA titles. Yeah,
they're not going to make a ton of money off of that, but they don't have to because it didn't cost them a ton of money to make. So Sony's philosophy, and they've said so much that they're chasing after these like big live. They want these ongoing titles. They're doubling down on all these bad decisions that players tend to hate, right? And their president keeps saying these things like, no, we're going to double down on this. Like, this is what we're going all in on. We're going to dedicate more money to trying to make more games like this. And it's like, you can't make more games. There's only so many hours in the day. If you would just not focus on making all of the money and just be okay with making a whole fuckload of money, you could be doing that. And you would be doing your brand so much more service.
Where is the new Hot Shots Golf?
Oh,
Where
dude,
is
don't
the
even
new
get me
Ape
fucking
Escape?
started. Stop it. You shut your...
The new
both of you
Ape Escape.
Shut up. You're hurting me. You're hurting... Why are you talking about... You know I love
Well, because
these games.
I've been working on, right? I've been writing these, the Nintendo reports. We just talked about those in the ads, right? God, and those were going so fun that I decided to start doing the PlayStation reports. And I'm only 2 in, and they're fucking depressing. Because it's just the thing after thing. Like, man, I remember this game. They really never did anything else with this, did they? They just, all right, well, fuck it, we're done.
Hot Shots?
And sometimes they do, but sometimes, a lot of times, they just fucking don't.
Well, so Hot Shots hasn't really had, like, a game in a long time, but, like, it was everybody's golf for a while, and that was last out on PS4, and but that was way early in its cycle. Like, haven't had anything else in a very long time. And I mean, Ape Escape. When was the last time there was an actual Ape Escape? Like fucking PSP?
It's probably.
Here's a couple of really interesting ones. Remember when Wreck-It Ralph came out and like Q*bert all of a sudden had a bunch of popularity, right? Because like they had this great new Q*bert CG model in the movie, and like, oh look, this character's getting a bunch of attention. Sony owns Q*bert. Sony owns Q*bert. So where's a new Q*bert game? Is that not a recognizable brand? There was an entire successful TV season of Twisted Metal.
And no Twisted Metal game.
Twisted Metal.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Where is Siphon Filter? Right? What happened to SOCOM?
Where is Jet Moto? Where is Cool Borders? Like, and how fun would it be and honestly, I don't even care that it would be stealing directly from Nintendo. Go the fucking Mario route. And the next Cool Borders, all of the fucking riders should be PlayStation-owned IP characters. Like, make Astrobot into the, whatever. Fucking Jet Moto. All of the riders, like Mario Kart. You've got a fucking Jack and Daxter-themed jet ski and a fucking Kratos themed and a fat princess and whatever, but all of that shit, the Twisted Metal one fucking baffles me.
Well, go ahead, finish.
How?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're
just how?
Yeah.
How did you make a whole ass TV series out of this
and not have a game?
You've got nothing. Even Borderlands was ready with a new Borderlands, a new Borderlands game announcement even though that movie tanked, they were ready with the next game announcement.
Well, so Sony hasn't been doing great for a while, and then on top of that, I feel like they had a huge hit during the summer with Helldivers, and they completely bungled that game with like the restrictions they put on about where the game could be played and what countries and whatnot, and you had to have a PlayStation
how you had to sign
account,
in,
or like, and then crossplay wasn't gonna work. Like, a lot of people got very upset to the point where like some people aren't even buying Sony games anymore.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
And now they're talking about introducing
they are
a
successful
PlayStation
in spite
4,
of themselves.
a PS5 Pro? Like,
It's bad climate, man. Especially because of what Xbox did. I really don't think like people want a new iteration system. It's just it's toxic waters at the moment.
well, I mean, you know, we have this problem right now of, you know, the economy's not super great in this country, and there's just I can only speak for myself, but I can't even consider buying a PlayStation 5. I just can't. And if I'm going to set aside money for a new platform, it's going to be the next Nintendo one. And it's like that template. I don't want everyone to be Nintendo, because when I think back to like when I was really playing on multiple platforms, like everyone had their own personalities, right? Like I played a ton of GameCube games and PS2 games and a handful of Xbox games, right? Because Xbox just has never really been exactly my cup of tea, but
its own personality.
It was there,
for sure,
it was its own personality, and they had their own cool games. Like there was a reason to play on the different platforms. Like just about everything I want is on Switch, like my kind of games. But like, as thinking back to like my PlayStation, like my multi-platform days when I was writing this blog that I'm putting together for next week, I was like, I really did. I played a shitload of PlayStation back in the day. I loved PS1 and PS2. I always had a chip on my shoulder about PS2 because of the way it killed Dreamcast, but still, I loved those systems. I really did.
Well, every time we do the 10, 20, 30, 40, and we're talking PlayStation 2, it's just fucking game after game after game. It's just fucking hit after hit after hit.
It's over 10 years of bangers, man.
Yeah, they
just
completely
left and right
annihilated
and
the
center.
PS1 and PS2 generation. They just completely killed it.
Yeah.
And, you know, Xbox 360 was great during its whole thing, and then Xbox just kind of lost their fucking minds because they had a great first half of that generation, and then PlayStation 3 came back with a vengeance, and their Red Ring of Death and everything. And then just gaming just kept getting more expensive. All these projects just kept getting more and more ambitious and more and more expensive.
Like, things became media centers for a while. Like, that was the whole Xbox One's gimmick, and I felt like that was a huge derailment for an entire generation, was trying to get people to come back to that company, because they really, really hurt like their user base with that one system. Which,
not
like,
great.
It was small to begin with. Like, and not saying, like, people don't like Xbox. I have an Xbox. I do play it a lot. But I can definitely see where people were hurt by that. And the PS4 was a very strong system iteration. Even though that, like, I feel now we're in the very late stages of just consoles in general. Soon everything will be a fucking PC with just a storefront on it, I'm sure, but
well, I'm hoping that that's not the case, because
I don't want it to
obviously that's not the direction Nintendo's going, and I cannot stop.
I mean, don't say obviously. We don't know shit about the Switch 2.
We don't know what the Switch 2 is going to be, but it doesn't seem like that's the direction they're running because of the way they're making money right now.
You're right.
And I really hope against hope that Sony takes a look at what's happening right now, where you've got a ton of critical acclaim and genuine excitement for this game, and the thing that you put a ton of money into making a hyper-realistic Me Too shooter game just completely fucking tanked. Like, if you just sit back and say, you know what, we can actually make more money and spend less money if we just do this smart.
Shocking.
If we just...
Yeah.
And the worst thing is the shittiest part is that this normally comes down to the decision of people who are like out of touch with what people actually want.
Sure.
Like the people who are like, you know, invested in this and want what's best for us are the people on the front lines, like making the games. They're not the ones that are making the decisions about like what goes into the game, what doesn't, shit like that, sadly.
Yeah. All right, that was fun. Let's
wild.
move on.
Here's to
wild.
a better future.
I just last thing about it.
Yeah, no,
last thing
do.
about it. If Sony were really, and I know they bought the studio when they were already developing the game. Like, I get all that. But like, if you really wanted to make this kind of free-to-play looter shooter kind of thing, you have SOCOM, Killzone, and Resistance.
You're right.
Right there.
You're right. Why did you need
You already
another,
have those properties. Why add this other thing?
Yeah, was this theming like very necessary for this like game? Like, did you need to have that paint job to it, which is very annoying, by the way?
I mean, I don't think people really remember SOCOM. Because Halo came in and fucking ate everybody's lunch after that.
Well, you're very right.
But SOCOM...
That was the game to play before there was like like user base for console shooters. That was the fucking game.
And we've never gone back to it. It's very strange. Anyway,
well, it
very odd.
It took a shit on the PS3. That like they had one that was really fucking bad, I remember.
Yeah, I think that was SOCOM's problem because SOCOM 4 was on PS3, SOCOM Confrontation was PS3.
They were both not great.
SOCOM continued to thrive well after Halo, right? Because the first SOCOM was 2002. When
so
was
it
the
was
first
SOCOM.
Halo?
SOCOM 2 was, and SOCOM 3 were I think all PS2. Or no, SOCOM 3 might have been PS3.
The first Halo came out in 2001. The first SOCOM was in 2002. So yeah,
was it
Halo?
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Halo didn't need SOCOM's launch. SOCOM was just that was the one that came with the headset.
But
like,
also
that
keep
took
it
the fuck off on PS2.
Yeah,
and
but
the first PS3 one was Confrontation, and that was in 2008.
Now, yes, Halo came out first, but there was no online multiplayer in Halo 1. SOCOM came with online multiplayer, so you were able, right out of the box. Halo 2 had the online multiplayer, and I don't think that came out till 2004, 2005?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of in that way, because that just became the default console online shooting experience.
Halo 2 was 04, SOCOM 3 was 05, and SOCOM 3...
And Xbox Live was, like, I think retooled a little bit when Halo 2 launched, and it was a bit easier to work because it was built into the system, where the PS2, that was not the case. SOCOM was
you had to buy Final Fantasy 11 and get the hard drive.
Jesus Christ, that was the fucking worst.
Or the fucking modem or whatever it was.
Yeah, they made it hard to, like, play that game, too, because you couldn't get the adapter with it when it came out at first. You had... Dan's right. You had to buy Final Fantasy because I have the same fucking thing with the hard drive too.
Yeah, you had to have the hard drive to hook the modem into.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You're bringing back memories, Dan. They're not super great either. Yeah,
sorry.
Dude. Because you also you could have broadband, but I remember it also worked with dial-up. Man, this is bringing me way back. I spent hundreds and hundreds of hours in SOCOM as a shitty teenager. Being a shitty teenager.
I do also think its visual style has a lot to do with Concord's failure. Because when you look at the most popular games... When you look at the most popular games right now, when you look at Overwatch, it doesn't look hyper-realistic.
No.
Like, when you look at Fortnite...
it's goofy as fuck.
Yeah, like, those are the most popular games in the world right now.
Yeah, they're colorful.
Making this thing... If they had... Now just imagine Concord's exactly the same way, except it's got some sort of really striking visual cartoonish style.
It would have gotten a younger user base into it for sure.
I think it would have turned more heads than being hyper realistic. Like, you could have kept everything the exact same with that game, except made it look like a Hi-Fi Rush or something, and now all of a sudden you've got a different flavor going on.
Yeah.
I digress. We've spent long enough on this story.
It was a good topic.
Moving on. Well, it was probably the most interesting thing that happened this week. One of my most hated stories. Rocksteady reportedly comes from IGN. Rocksteady reportedly lays off staff following Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League flop. The game caused a $200 million hit to revenue.
Ouch.
Yeah,
it's not what you want.
Sucks.
It's
yeah.
not. It is, however, another one of those instances where you could tell the game was not going to do well from the get-go. Yeah. Because, again, I remember seeing the trailer for that one when it first came out, and most of the voices that I heard online were like, oh, this could be interesting. Oh, it's this kind of game? No, thanks.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at with it when I found out what it was. I was like, yeah, I'm not about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks. I feel terrible again for people who have nothing to do with the decision making. They're just doing their jobs, making the characters, like doing everything to the best degree that they can. And there's, it sucks when you do everything you can to put out a good product and it's just not enough.
I mean, do you remember, like, Rocksteady used to be like,
they're the Batman guys, aren't they?
They were that was the Batman team. The people could not wait to see what these guys were going to do next.
Oh, you're right.
And then they did this, and it was just like, now that the company's reputation is just tanked because of this game.
Oh, it's gone.
Don't they have a new Batman game coming out as well?
I think so, and I think very few people care.
Yeah,
it's a VR game.
Oh,
I believe, which is why a few people care, because it's just not a thing.
Oof. Big oof.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting story, and it actually might dovetail in a different story on our list here. Pure Xbox reports Capcom and Microsoft find solution to bring 2 new fighting collections to Xbox. So Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection and Capcom Fighting Collection 2, 2 games that we have mentioned in the past were conspicuously skipping Microsoft's platforms, are now, according to Capcom, quote, we're happy to announce that after technical discussions with our partners at Microsoft, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Arcade Classics, and Capcom Fighting Collection 2 will release on Xbox One. This is lending credence to my thought process that there's something with the way these games are being emulated that doesn't want to play well with the most recent hardware.
Okay,
right? Because these aren't coming on PS5 either. They're coming to PS4. Now, granted, they'll be playable on PS5. Sure. Because why wouldn't
they're
they be?
Emulating PS4 and Xbox One hardware to do it.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's weird.
Or they just didn't want to put in the work to make it run on a new system.
I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I did, but
I was going to ask, like, did they give a reason? Because that's oddly very specific.
They just said technical issues, and they're. I mean, obviously these versions aren't coming till 2025, so it's going to be later than everybody else,
right?
But hey, at least they're getting them. Good for Xbox fans.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
It is awesome, albeit a tad strange. And another similar thing. I'll just skip ahead to this one because it's a similar thing. Tweaktown reports Microsoft gives new statement on why Black Myth Wukong isn't on Xbox yet. Because we were just talking about this. So the quote says...
Yeah, last week.
As we have said before, we're excited for the launch of Black Myth Wukong on Xbox Series X and S and are working with Game Science to bring the game to our platforms. We'd prefer not to comment on the deals made by our partners with other platform holders, but we can confirm that the delay is not due to Xbox platform limitations that have been raised to us. I mean, that just continues to point towards...
seems to suggest the exclusivity thing.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't Sony say that? They say it about everything else.
Why wouldn't they say it?
It's very odd, and like what?
Maybe it's a timed exclusive, or it's not even worth mentioning.
They announce that shit all the time too.
You're
like,
right.
what is happening?
Well, so
That was the big Call of Duty thing before Microsoft stepped in and bought them, because it was originally timed exclusive on Xbox, and then when Sony got it, it was like, play it fucking first on PlayStation, you pricks. Okay, Jesus, that was very aggressive.
What else came out that week? Was it something where, like, Sony was just hard on for something else? Release date was August 20th. Tell me fucking Concord came out that 20th release date games.
Just listening to Dean type.
Sorry.
Top-notch podcasting.
I got a
right
clicky ass keyboard too. My bad,
You really
bro.
do.
It's very clicky.
Biggest keyboard effort all day.
I'm just curious to see if like anything else came out that was big. I don't think there was anything though. I'm pretty sure Black Myth Wukong was the Concord came out the 23rd. So I don't know if maybe they were just pushing really hard on Concord and didn't push on Black Myth because of that.
But in none of the advertising have they mentioned it's an exclusive for even a little bit. It just seems very odd.
I mean, you're completely valid.
Something fishy's going on here. And we're going to get to the bottom of
what's
it
frustrating
when somebody else does, and we report on their reporting, because we're not investigative
That's what I was going to
reporters.
say. What's so fucking frustrating about it is that all of this is fucking conjecture by people who don't know any more than we do.
I know,
like,
plenty.
yeah, they maybe talk to somebody, but the only person who like really knows are the people who know, and they're not fucking talking for some reason, and that's very strange.
Yeah, everything about this is weird.
It's like taxes. You owe money to us. How much? I don't know. You got to figure that out.
No. I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not going to tell you.
It's
not.
What if I don't know? What? You figure it out. It's I know, but I'm not going to tell you. You have to figure it out. And if you're wrong, you go to jail.
Oh, okay, there was a bunch of like shit that came out around that time that was probably arguably bigger. The Madden came out 4 days before that. Dustborn came out the 20th. Concord was 3 days later. So there was a bunch of shit that was definitely, I would say, as equally important, if not more, because Dustborn was getting pushed super hard, and so was Concord. But hey, I don't fucking know. I could be full of shit. Don't listen to me, guys.
Well, moving on.
Way to have the strength of your convictions, Steve.
Kotaku reports the first Minecraft movie trailer is here, and it looks super weird. I couldn't agree more, Kotaku. It looks super weird.
I am going to say... All right, so I'm going to say this.
Matt,
and I thought this earlier. I thought about this earlier before I took the edible that I took a little bit ago. So this is not the edible talking, okay?
All right.
This is the first time in my life that I would not have sex with Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he looks like shit.
Like, they have managed to take that away from us. And I'm very, very upset about it. This looks so fucking bad.
I will say a few things. The trailer dropped, and I immediately brought John over to my computer, and we watched it together for the first time.
Did he have fun?
And he was thrilled.
Good.
He's so excited.
Good.
Because he's the target audience for this movie.
I was going to say it's for him.
It's 100% for him. And I remember when it started, and I'm looking at the trailer right now, when it first goes into the Minecraft world, I was like, that looks fucking cool. The world itself, I think, looks really, really neat. I think they did a crazy cool job of taking these low-resolution polygonal characters and kind of live-actioning them.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, the sheep has, like, the realistic wool, but it's still, like, squared off. Like, it's such a bizarre look. I'm so totally into it. I love that weird personality. Now, John's immediate reaction was, why is the portal blue? The portal's supposed to be purple. Why is it blue? Right. And
because it's making Ender Dragon noises or Ender Portal noises or something. I don't know.
Well, it
Katie
looks
tried
like
explaining it to me earlier.
Apparently,
the lore.
And this is this is what I've heard, is that the blue portal has something to do with Minecraft Legends, which John has not played. So there is apparently some sort of lore connection to it. I don't know. My initial thought was like, well, they're not coming from the end. They're coming from the real world. So maybe the blue portal is what connects Minecraft world to the real world. Like, it's definitely not a portal to the end, because they're coming from that portal. And I sincerely doubt they're coming from the end, because this is their first time seeing the Minecraft world. So regardless, he thought that was weird. Then we both laughed at the sheep. There's this strange bit where you see like hoglins and ghasts flying around
in the daylight. Yeah, that was weird.
And that's a little odd. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some kind of explanation for that. Because again, I don't know all the Minecraft lore, but you damn better believe John does. But like, I'm looking at the look of this, and I think it's really neat looking. I've seen a lot of folks online complaining about it, saying it looks like it was run through an AI program, and I'm just not seeing that. Like, I'm seeing the problems with the writing, which seems terrible, and the costume design, which is just like, I don't know, thrift store? I don't know what the hell's going on with the costume design. And I'm like,
I saw
Jack
people
Black?
being very critical about the graphical stuff, like saying they're voxels, they're not pixels. I was like, all right, everyone needs to fucking calm down.
I think that looks neat. I think it's a really creative way of bringing this into live action. I think this stuff looks super cool.
It looks good.
But like, yes, Jason Momoa looks like absolute garbage. Jack Black as Steve is literally just Jack Black in a shirt. They didn't even give him a haircut. Like,
no.
Steve doesn't have a giant bushy beard and long hair. There's not a lot you can tell in the detail of the character, but that's something that you can.
That's one of them.
This is
one
just
of the things.
Jack Black in a blue shirt. And like, as Karen
I love
put
Jack Black.
I do too. I don't think he's right for this role.
No.
But as Karen put it so perfectly, why would you cast the roundest man alive
as
to play a
man.
blocky character?
Yeah, fair. Maybe they're going to tell us, Chris.
Jack Black is
hurtful,
incredibly circular.
He is,
but accurate.
Bit of a circle.
Yeah. He is a spherical motherfucker if there ever was one.
And like, he wears it well. It's not an attack on him.
He's great.
He looks great for like his.
But
he
somehow
wears his body type well. But the point is blocking.
He looks better than Jason Momoa in this movie.
What is going on with Jason Momoa? Is he wearing prosthetics? Like, does he? What is going on?
It's very odd.
I'm so confused.
I hated everything about it. I really did. I hope this is great. I hope John loves it. I hope it is everything he could possibly want out of a Minecraft movie. This just screams Borderlands to me.
Oh,
and it's not going to be that, obviously, because
the brand alone is
just
going to carry it.
Yeah.
If
but
it's
the
as
quality of the picture, it screams Borderlands to me. I'm not even going to say the Super Mario Brothers movie. Not even, like, this isn't Sonic level. Like, it's more towards the Borderlands end of the spectrum.
It is, it is smelling a little bit of the Sonic, like, let's put real people in here, but at least they're going the other direction, right? Like,
it's outside of the real
movie's
world.
taking place not in our world, it's taking place in the crazy, weird-ass Minecraft world. And as long as they get enough of that right, it's going to make kids happy, and that's really all that matters to me, right? Super Mario Brothers is not an Oscar-worthy movie. It's not a great movie, but I was entertained enough by it.
Yeah. I disagree with you both.
I think it did win an Oscar for animation, actually.
Yeah,
did it?
It did.
I thought it did.
Oh.
I could be way off, but I really, really hope it did, because you just said it's not an Oscar winner, and I hope it won one.
Let's see. Super Mario Brothers movie excluded from the Oscars.
Fuck.
Yes, it's official. Mario movie got no nominations at the Oscars.
I've never been more disappointed.
Okay.
I've never been more disappointed in my entire life.
I don't have much to say.
That would have been so great.
About the Minecraft movie. I'm not a giant Minecraft fan. It looks like it's going to be fun, but I disagree with you both. I would definitely sleep with Ohio 9, Jason Momoa.
How dare you? Have you seen Game of Thrones?
No, which is probably
That's
why.
Jason Momoa. Oh, really?
Or
Fuck.
even
All
what about Fast X?
No, I actually haven't seen him in his
Aquaman?
best movies. I've only no, I haven't even seen Aquaman. I haven't seen Jason Momoa in a lot of things outside of just interviews and him being really funny, which is like, I just want to be Jason Momoa's boyfriend, really. That's kind of...
Right?
Like,
Not now. Not now.
Yep. I'm like, yeah, just that's it. I'm really like, I have a relationship in my head with Jason Momoa, and it didn't bother me that he looked like a complete trash bag here. I still would have slept with him.
He does. He looks like a human trash bag.
Yeah.
What's the who are the kids? They look vaguely familiar.
Oh,
like
so the one chick is from Orange is the New Black.
Well, no, I know. Okay. She's not the kid.
Oh, like kids? There were kids?
Yeah, there's two kids. She's a grown-ass woman. She was from Orange is the New Black and Peacemaker. She's great. Look, I got no problems there.
Black don't
there's
crack,
two
Chris.
Children.
She could be 20. I don't know. Fucking Minecraft movie.
Okay, so
that
it looks like
made 0 sense. Black don't crack. She could be 20. She could be 80. That was the
Jennifer Coolidge.
Let's see the kid
Sebastian Eugene Hansen.
Fucking Steiner mathing. It was a joke earlier just for you, Dean. I wasn't intending you to use it later in the show.
I had to.
All right, Emma Myers is playing Natalie. Why does she look familiar? Oh, she was the friend on Wednesday. Okay. So who's this kid who looks like Paul Rudd? That's freaking me out.
Dude, he hasn't
I'm on
been
IMDb.
in
Paul Rudd's kid?
Is it Paul Rudd's kid? Because I'm looking on IMDb and like there's this picture of him.
The one that's credited Hansen's last name, right? It's credited as Henry in the movie.
I have no idea. I can't tell. I'm looking at this picture of Sebastian Eugene Hansen.
Yes,
that doesn't look like the same kid.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
it does.
He's only been in like 2 other movies, so I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's kind of an unknown quantity because like, I'm gonna send you this in the SAG chat right here. Like, tell me this kid doesn't look. It's in the Facebook SAG chat. Like, tell me this kid doesn't look like a young Paul Rudd in this picture.
He does.
That's.
However, if you look at Paul Rudd's actual kid, Paul Rudd looks younger than his son. It's fucked up.
So
Paul Rudd finally aged
a little. Oh my god! Shit. Yeah, this kid's been in a couple episodes of Mozart in the Jungle, Just Mercy, and...
Oh, fuck, that's where I remember him from.
Just Mercy?
Sorry. No, Mozart in the Jungle.
Okay, yeah, he was in that for a couple episodes, and it's something called Lizzie's Story, which I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's been it. Minecraft's his first big movie.
Well, good for him. Well, moving on to our last story, I don't know, Minecraft movie looks interesting. This one comes to us from Scion Storm, actually, linked us to Ars Technica. FBI, this isn't really strictly video game related, but he wanted us to talk about it. So, FBI busts musicians' elaborate AI-powered $10 million streaming royalty heist. This is fucking fascinating.
Explain, please. Yeah, I saw
so
this.
So this dude, he created a bunch of original music, and then created a bunch of fake accounts to listen to this music over and over again on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music so that he could collect royalties. But that wasn't working. So he reached out to other like musicians to try to like make more of the music, and that didn't catch on. So he just said, fuck it. And he had AI create tons and tons of fake songs, get all them uploaded to Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon, and then create tons and tons of fake accounts to listen to all the songs over and over and over again. And the royalties he was getting from all this just completely fake content with fake people listening to it, he was earning like $1.2 million a year. He kept this up. He kept this up for 7 years, I think. He was doing this for years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for him.
No, I'm not even mad. Like, he should be able to keep that. Because the only person he was stealing from was, like, big business, wasn't he? Who were paying him for ads?
It says the scheme was lucrative. In a 2017 email to himself, Smith calculated that he could stream his songs 661,440 times daily, potentially earning $3,307.20 per day and up to $1.2 million annually. By June 2019, Smith was earning $110,000 a month, sharing a portion with his co-conspirators. The New York Times reported that in an email earlier this year, he boasted of reaching 4 billion streams and $12 million in royalties since 2019.
That's incredible.
Good. I'm fucking super happy that all of that happened. That's fucking awesome.
Just here's a way to use AI to steal from the man. Good job.
Yeah, like, he didn't hurt anyone. I still think he should be able to keep it. I know, like, fucking the corps are gonna boo-hoo about it, but, like, I think it's funny. Right?
Well, there was a whole lot of fraud involved, I think is the problem.
Can't we just look the other way
was
this
it
one
fraud?
time?
While the AI-generated element of this story is novel, Smith allegedly broke the law by setting up an elaborate fake listener scheme. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, announced the charges, which include wire fraud and money laundering conspiracies.
Oh, well, that's bad. All right, never mind. I mean, I still love this guy.
The AI part, I'm like, go for it, dude. Damn the man. But it was like all the money laundering stuff that came after it that's like, all right, well, you did break a bunch of laws. You did a bunch of crimes, so... okay.
I mean, you gotta hide the money from the fake people, Chris. With fake businesses. You see, it's a big fucking web of fake things now.
All right, well, we've put this off as long as we can. We're that's gonna wrap things up for week old news. We're gonna take ourselves a quick break, and when we come back, we are heading to Donkey Kong Island, or whatever they called it in this stupid fucking show. We're going to Canada to watch a CG Donkey Kong Country show for the SAG Cartoon Express. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from geekade.com. Stick around.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Andy. Neither of us are David Crane, but we are the hosts of David Crane's Amazing Movie Time.
That's our monthly Geekade Patreon exclusive podcast that covers movies that are cult classics, weird, or just sometimes laughably bad.
We ourselves have at least two of those qualities, so I guess it makes sense to hear what we think of those movies in retrospect.
You can hear all that and more by becoming a Geekade Patreon supporter.
And, as always, be kind, rewind.
We are Safe at Home, the leading dog rescue in the heart of New Jersey. Are you searching for a loyal companion, a dog that will bring love and joy to your home? Look no further than Safe at Home. At Safe at Home, we believe in giving every dog a second chance. We rescue, rehabilitate, and find loving forever homes for dogs in need, right here in the Garden State. Our dogs are ready to make a lasting impact on your life. Each one has a unique story, a wagging tail, and an incredible capacity for love. When you adopt from Safe at Home, you're not just gaining a pet, you're becoming a part of our family. Our dedicated team ensures a seamless adoption process, providing ongoing support and guidance. With New Jersey's beautiful parks, beaches, and trails, you and your new furry friend will have endless opportunities for adventures and cherished memories. Safe at Home relies on the support of compassionate individuals like you. Your donations and volunteer work enable us to continue saving lives and finding forever homes for these amazing dogs. Join us in creating a safer, happier community for dogs in New Jersey. Together we can make a difference and give every dog the chance to feel safe at home. Visit our website or call us now to learn about how you can be a part of the Safe at Home mission. Safe at Home, because every dog deserves to be loved and protected. www.safeathomerescue.org.
Hey there, Stone Age Gamer fans. Are you also fans of Star Trek? Well, maybe you'd like to listen to yet another podcast, maybe yet another Star Trek podcast. You see, me and my friend Majid, every other week, we talk about the original series, we talk about Strange New Worlds, we talk about Star Trek. We have a third friend, Brad, who's sometimes here, but he hasn't been. I don't know why. So come on over and listen to our show, yet another Star Trek podcast at yetanothersTpod.com. or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi everyone, Kris here. Podcast listening is free, but podcast creation is not. That's why the Geekade Patreon exists. In an effort to help us pay the bills, we've got a Patreon page set up where you can gain access to our monthly podcast topic schedule, get early access to many of our shows, and more. If you'd like to help support Geekade and keep these shows running week after week, head over to the Geekade Patreon page, linked in the show notes of this very podcast. Hey guys, we're back. We did it. We returned. Let's talk. All aboard the Cartoon Express, everybody. We're talking about Donkey Kong Country Season 2, Episode 5, Message in a Bottle Show. And oh my god, this might actually be the worst show we watched so far.
This is the pinnacle of shit.
This is absolutely.
This is
beyond a shadow of a doubt.
It can't get any worse.
And I honestly think you're right. Even for this show. I don't think it will. I don't think this show gets worse than this because.
Yeah, you picked the worst goddamn episode, dude. Oh my god!
I didn't pick it. It was fucking random.
Oh,
it's random.
No, dude, fuck the universe. The minute it started, and I realized, go ahead and maybe explain it. But the minute I realized what this episode was, I immediately started cursing you out loud. Fuck you, Kris. Fuck you.
It's a clip show. It's Season 2, Episode 5, and it's a clip show. So we're watching a clip show for a show we've never seen before. And it's fucking atrocious.
I said it in the Discord.
I have a bunch of notes.
I said it in the Discord, but this segment was my idea, and then we massaged it into what it is now. I'm sorry. I don't deserve your love. If you watch this, if you didn't watch it, fuck off. I'm not talking to you. But if you watched this fucking cartoon, this was I almost, when Funky Kong starts talking, and he talks for this is like a 19-minute show, and Funky Kong I think talked for 6 minutes. It was this long, rambling,
oh my god,
horribly offensive, racist accent, at least according to everyone in my house, because they came by and they were, why is he fucking talking like that? That went on for fucking 6 minutes. I almost fucking had a panic attack watching it. I started seeing into the void and shit. What is happening? Jesus. Oh my god. This is the worst thing we've ever done to people, Kris.
This is one of the worst things. Look, we didn't do this, okay? This show existed. This was Season 2. This show aired, and someone said, give us more of this, please. And then they did.
Why do they have teeth sometimes, and other times not have teeth?
I don't know, dude. Also, can we talk about the fact that their brow muscle is, it has fur now, but, in the eye or behind? I don't know. Their anatomy's weird. Yeah. I was trying to make a fucking sense of their face, and I couldn't for any of them. And then, I started looking at Donkey Kong on cover art and comparing it to what was on the screen, because I was like, it looks like if a skinwalker pretended to be Donkey Kong. That's kind of what I was thinking. Also, bam, I didn't know it was a flashback episode. I thought just the Yeti part was one thing, and I was like, okay, it's over. And then he announces another person. I was like, oh god, oh no, please no. And he did it again. I was like, oh, holy shit, this is 20 minutes. This is 20 minutes of this bullshit. And
I remember seeing the title of the episode and being like, Message in a Bottle Show? Are they doing a bottle show? Really? Because that's That's a term for a flashback, a clip show, basically.
Oh, I didn't know that.
As they did a literal message in a bottle show. They made a message in a bottle lead them to a bottle show. And it's like,
I hated it.
Okay, that's vaguely clever, but I hate you. Now, okay. I remember when this originally
observation.
Aired. I don't remember it being that bad, though.
I remember being pretty bad, right? I didn't see this episode. I saw part of one episode, and I noped the fuck out. I was obsessed with Donkey Kong Country. And when I found out there was a cartoon, I was like, all right, how bad could it be? And then I watched like 5 minutes and said, okay, it's that bad. This is how bad it can be. I'm going to go ahead and pretend this doesn't exist and move on with my life. This show came after Reboot Beast Wars.
And it looks worse. And
it looks so much worse than any other CG show I've ever seen.
Yes, 100%.
This looks worse than Voltron, the Third Dimension. This looks worse than everything. This is one of the ugliest cartoons I've ever seen in my fucking life. It is such an atrocity. And like, what did they do to Dixie Kong?
Oh my
what
God.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Why is
Tiff's observation?
I wrote, why is Funky Jamaican? I wrote, why is Eddie's tongue blue? Where is what happened? K Rool's cape is a fucking napkin? What's going on with K Rool's cape? It stops at his shoulders. And then he's got no tail.
I know that
famously tailed King K Rool.
He's a chubby boy to begin with, but like they made him look pregnant. Like I don't know what it was, but he looked straight up like he was about to have like 8 or 9 gators, which is fine. Like maybe male gators do that. That's cool, but like he was very off-putting. And also I don't know if you guys noticed, every time his cheek went up a little too high, his eye started to bulge out of his head, which I know is characteristic of the character, that his eye's supposed to bulge at times. But it was like every few seconds it was starting to bulge, and I was like, I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. Also, he should probably get that looked at. That's not healthy. That's about to come out.
So, Tiff's observation was about Dixie. What's it? Not Dixie. Dixie Kong? Yeah.
Candy Kong or Dixie Kong? Dixie Kong's the younger one.
Sorry.
Candy's the girlfriend
Candy
that's
Kong.
Been turned into... Yeah. I don't know what that is either.
Tiff's observation, she was like, all right, look, when you put one character in clothes, it makes the rest of the characters naked. And that's fucking weird. I said, okay. And then Katie's observation, like a minute or two after that, Katie comes walking into the room, and she goes, is that supposed to be a crocodile? I'm like, yeah, it's crocodile, gator, whatever. She was like, why does it have nipples? Why did you put nipples on one of the alligators and not nipples on the fucking monkeys who have fucking nipples?
Kid's right. Kid's right. Man.
Like, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Oh, God, no. No.
Dude, so I mean, Candy Kong's whole flashback is fucking awkward as shit.
Oh my God, all the
sax music.
The last thing in the universe I want to think about is sexual tension between these abominations.
And the worst part was, like, the sax music was louder than the vocals. So I'm like, oh, this is bad. This is like, they're about to, like, fuck or something. This is weird. It's like a bad porno.
It's terrible.
It's like fucking Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, dude. Oh, God.
The porn.
Why is Mark Wahlberg trying to fuck that monkey? That's what that movie. That's the subtitle of Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. If you've never seen it.
Also,
did anyone else notice that their feet often don't actually touch the ground?
Holy
That's kind of
shit,
weird.
The walk animations are fucking terrible. Oh my God, they walk like they're from Five Nights at Freddy's, man. It's bad.
Well, all the voice acting was trash.
Correct me.
All the voice acting was terrible.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This show, like how it appears that it was made, cheaply is the first way that it appears. but cheaply to the point where they made one skeleton model to use for, or well, two because of the little characters, I guess. But there was like one basic skeletal model for them to paste these CG skins suits over and make it animate. So that's like, I think that's part of why it was so weird, because they're not in, like, K Rool has the same animation skeleton as Candy Kong, like inside of it, you know, so that might, what you were just saying, Dean, with like the bulging of the eye and shit, like that's how cheaply this was made, or at least that's how it appeared to me. I don't know if I'm correct in that, but I think I might be.
You're right. I mean, because even in this episode, I noticed that for the clip part of it, it's the same like 3 or 4 episodes with just different scenes from the same episodes clipped out and like pasted in for that character scene in that episode, and it's literally just like 3 or 4 episodes put together, which
was
is
I
weird
wonder
because there's an entire show.
Well, no, yeah, I wonder if because this was season 5 of, or episode 5 of season 2, I wonder if the clips were from
season
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It could have been.
Like, they just clipped the first 4 shows together. Okay, I'm not going to go back and find out. I don't care that much.
No, I mean, they
like, yeah,
probably
eventually.
Nope.
If we keep doing this show long enough, this is going to come up again.
The next fucking time it lands on Donkey Kong Country,
we're not
going to keep talking and pretend like it didn't even happen. You're like, something happened with my mouse there. Hold on a second. Like, don't you fucking dare. Don't you dare.
Because
I know Evan's got his counter going on, but I already have cancer, Chris. What the fuck else?
Don't make it any worse. And, like, Dan's right. It's all bad. I was kind of badly making my way to this specific episode, so I went through 3 other episodes. Didn't watch all of them, just watched pieces. And, like, one was worse than the last. Like, there's no redeeming traits to the show. It's just all fucking bad. Like, the jokes are bad. Go ahead.
I have a hard disagree on that there are no redeeming qualities.
Go ahead.
There is one singular redeeming quality here, okay? One unavoidable singular redeeming quality. I took a screenshot of it. Where can I send it where you guys are both going to see it? Here, I'm going to text it to you, Dean, and I'll throw it in the SAG chat.
Oh, no, I mean, I have the SAG chat up.
While they're doing this weird "This Is Your Life" Donkey Kong thing, there's a picture of Donkey Kong in the background that is the most wonderful, perfect image I've ever seen in my life. This weird dead-eyed stare Donkey Kong and the thing in the circle in the background. Yeah. I was cracking up hysterically every time I saw this weird Simpsons face. I don't know what
I was just going to say. It looks like somebody tried to do a Simpsons version of Donkey Kong and went, nope, that's not it. I see what you're going for. It's close, but it's not quite up to Simpsons quality.
Just plaster it on the wall. This is what I don't know what this picture is, but it's amazing.
It looks like it's on the cup as well. Like, because at Donkey Kong's going away party, there's branded DK merch.
I love it so much. Every time. So I watched this with John, and he's just looking at this like, wow, this is pretty bad.
Yeah.
The whole time, every time that picture showed up on screen, I'm just cracking up hysterically. Like, I need to have this. I want this, a poster. I just want this big circle of that on my wall. This completely derpy Kong picture.
Yeah, it's pretty
so
fucking
wonderful.
Great.
And who was this weird business Donkey Kong? Like,
thank you.
With the thin Gomez Adam mustache. Like, what is that thing?
Why'd he get a flashback? Like, fucking
I don't know.
Man.
He's
Penn
horrid.
came in.
He owns a barrel factory, apparently,
and asked why there was a fucking Nazi Donkey Kong.
Oh, that's just Hitler Kong.
You know, it's fine. He didn't make the final cut of the games, but like if you go back and, you know, speak with the developers, they'll tell you that they thought a good idea for our kids' game was Hitler Kong.
Das Führer Kong.
I fucking hated this so fucking much.
This was really hard to get through.
It was bad.
Shit, don't think I've ever seen anything this bad.
And that's why I told everyone in the SAG podcast chat on Discord, which you all should join, that they needed to watch it with us, because I wasn't going to be the only person who was going to be mentally and emotionally assaulted here. Like, now, if we were going to do this for the people were going to have to watch it with us too.
Again, I can do nothing but apologize for making for providing the spark of the idea that led us down this particular fucking path. I know earlier in the show when I was talking about Concord, I said, like, you know, I just, like, people were obviously putting their heart and soul, and it sucks that they're not being rewarded for this kind of shit.
No, this
but
is
then
different.
You watch, like, this Donkey Kong cartoon, and you're like, you fuckers weren't even trying.
And they made it for 2 seasons.
What's wrong with you? And you got 30-something episodes of this fucking show?
The Kremlings themselves, like Clump and Krusha, they looked pretty close to their video game counterpart CG models.
I know, but he had nipples.
Not K.
Very
Rool,
noticeably, they were dark. They were
Clump,
a dark nipple on a light background.
That was in the game too.
I know, but he's the only one on the show that has it. It's very distracting.
It is very distracting. It has always been very distracting and very strange. Like, why is that a thing? But, I mean, in case you've never actually seen the original character art for Clump and Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo, tickle bitties. I don't know what's going on there.
It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's weird that, do you think like they had a conversation about it? Do you think that like the animators were sitting down there, hey, Jim, you're working on the Donkey Kong show, right? Oh yeah, I am. Yeah. Did you notice only one of the characters got nipples? Just one. And it's not a monkey. No, it's a gator. Yeah. It's weird.
Why has this one got tits? What's going on there? I don't know. That's why it's drawn. Just do it that way.
Should I put him on the rest of the characters? No,
nope,
no,
just him.
Don't do that. Noticeably add nipples to one character.
Just take all the nipples and put them on the one character.
Consciously add nipples to only one fucking character. I don't know why I can't get over it. It's just, I know, I get the source material. Fuck off. Source material Donkey Kong has teeth, and he does it in more than half of this fucking runtime. None of them do. None of them have fucking teeth.
Damn, why are you fucking arguing about source material on this? There is no source material
for the fucking
here.
3 seconds where they have teeth.
There is no source material.
Fucked up. Yes, there is.
I don't know how
they didn't use it.
I don't know how they got the faces so wrong. Like, clearly they had access to the source material, right? They had access to the source material because you look at Clump and Krusha, they're basically the models from the first game. But then you look at everything else, like half the time Donkey Kong stands like Donkey Kong, and then another time he's just standing up like a dude.
Bro, it's weird. It's fucking
But all of his proportions are off because he's an ape. I was like, what's going on? What am I looking at?
He's
In
really
fact, he is not a
tall.
dude.
None of this makes sense. None of this works.
Dude,
Why was the Yeti stupid?
I don't know.
Why did you make the Yeti dumb? Eddie the Yeti. Justice for
That's
Eddie
the worst
Yeti.
part. That's the worst fucking part, is that his flashback makes no goddamn sense because he's just blathering on like someone who has fucking like the worst brain trauma I've ever seen in my life. Like, nothing he says makes sense. The flashback doesn't make sense. And then he's just like, I done now. Thanks, Mr. Monkey. And waltzes off the stage.
That was such an accurate impression of what happened in that fucking show.
Stupid.
Oh, I'm so fucking angry. I'm so deliriously angry about everything I watched.
It was like one of those fucking oh god, the Scooby-Doo chase scenes. It's literally the Yeti going from one side of the screen to the other, and then Donkey Kong and Diddy fall. Like it's 2 or 3 minutes of that, and that's how it starts. It starts off on a high note. It gets worse from there.
And like every motherfucker that got up to speak, every fucking giant ape that got up to and fucking Gator when King K Rool comes in. I did like how they were saying it though, like K Rool, like
King
get
K Rool.
it, King K Rool, like Cruel, not the way we fucking spelled it. So every giant motherfucker is sitting in their treehouse or wherever it is, and when Diddy Kong first goes up to the stage, he lowers the microphone, right? Because the microphone is too tall. He lowers the microphone, and then he talks, and then they do the same joke over and over again. Every ape, the full-grown ape that then comes up, fucking squats. Not one of them thought to lift the microphone that they just watched be lowered? Fucking kidding me? It wasn't a funny joke. Certainly not for the rest of the show.
Dude, I'm convinced someone didn't know how to use, like, the hand anchor, and, like, they were just like, fuck it. We're gonna animate around it, I guess. Oh, shit.
Steve, you know how to do the hand anchor? No, I don't fucking know. All right. Is the microphone staying down, then?
Just make them bend down.
Should I put nipples on the microphone? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Really, just on the one. Not even...
It's absolutely worth every second. Every second of torture is worth it for this.
You know, those aren't Donkey Kong's eyes, Chris, on that portrait in the background. This is 2 nipples. Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry, that's the, like that. After I had the fucking panic attack from listening to Funky Kong. Fucking like, well-titted alligator come fucking strolling into my life just at the exact time I needed it.
Oh man, it might have been the version I was fucking watching, but Funky Kong definitely looked the most naked out of all of them. Like, he was a nude fur.
Really did.
Oh man. Like, I kept staring, and I was like, bro, how's your dick not hanging out? Like, you're not wearing anything. There's no fur on you.
That's what I'm saying. When you put clothes on one character,
it's a
the other one
they all
is wearing a fucking necktie. That's it.
And the thing
He's
is
very clear. So he knows what clothes are, but he just chooses not to wear just the necktie.
YOLO, bandana.
He's not even fucking
only.
shirt cocking it. He's just...
Oh,
Cranky Kong has a sweater vest on because he's old, I guess. Like, so his balls are fine.
He likes the breeze, man.
Fucking Cranky Kong's fuck. Just cold old man balls just fucking dangling in the wind.
They're not dangling, man. You know he's dragging those motherfuckers. The dirt.
No, he wasn't. I watched the show. They weren't there.
My bad,
but they should have been. My mind was telling me.
2 footprints in a ball sack track.
Oh, fuck.
I'm fucking broken.
That's it. That's all I got.
I take it back. We should watch.
Oh my God. We killed Kris. God damn it. I'm sorry. I loved you.
Holy shit.
This is the end.
All right.
I've loved you very much.
Oh my god.
You alright? You gonna make it? You gonna pull through?
I'm really not. Oh my god. That was the funniest shit. Well, I don't know what else to say about this flaming dumpster fire of a show.
What's next?
All right, here it comes. Fuck
you.
What is the next stop on the SAG Cartoon Express? What are we gonna do? Donkey Kong Country Season 2, Episode 7. Nope.
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Yes, that's what just came up.
No. Nope. I will quit the show. I will take my Steam Deck, say thank you all very fucking much, and that will be it.
No, I just clicked it a handful more times just to see where it would land, and it landed on Video Power Season 1, Episode 23.
Okay. I can do that.
Yes, you can. We all can. It's this super short. It's 15 minutes. This is the show that was like all the weird Acclaim characters, I think.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Big from Narc and Kuros from Wizards of Warriors and
that's it.
It's a game about fucking throwing hypodermic needles at people. I fucking love Narc, but what the fuck is that about? That game is insane.
Completely bananas. Well, there you go, folks. Video Power Season 1, Episode 23. What's the name of this episode? Right, because I think they all had episode titles. Because I went through and manually did all these Power Team things.
Right.
Sorry, so it's not. So Video Power was it was the actual name of the show, but the Power Team was a segment in this other Video Power show that was about video games. So we're actually just watching the cartoon, The Power Team. Episode 23 was Ski Patrol. There it is.
Ooh.
Sounds good. Ski Patrol. You know why that's exciting? Because one of the characters in this show is the monster truck Bigfoot. Are they going to put skis on a monster truck?
Oh, I hope
because
so.
I'm into that shit.
That's fucking great. That's
wonderful. All right, well, that's going to do it for us. That is our show. Oh, boy, all right, I can catch my breath. It's too much.
I'm spent.
Join us next week for the Alphabet Super Series. Oh, no, sorry. Join us next week for an interview. All right, we're going to do an interview. I was going to do an interview with Ollie, but he's on vacation, so I'm going to try to find somebody else. Or we'll just find something else dumb to talk about. We don't really have a solid plan. I was going to do an interview. We're going to interview Ollie later in the year when he gets back from vacation. So we still have another week.
Find somebody else.
I'll find somebody else. We're going to interview Dean.
Yeah, man. Great. I love it.
It's going to be great.
Been doing plenty.
Oh, God.
You guys want to talk about depression?
Then we're going to interview Donkey Kong.
Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna find the actors that were involved in Donkey Kong Country and interview them.
Berate them for 45
I do have
minutes.
questions. I do have.
We're going to find the animators and we're going to ask them about the nipples.
I need answers.
Oh, God. I don't think I can handle.
Why does this lizard have heaving man breasts? What's going on?
Give him the melons.
Oh, boy. All right. We're on most social media platforms. If you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes, and you'll see links to our social media accounts, as well as all manner of other fun stuff, like a link to our namesake, StoneAgeGamer.com, and more useful... I just can't stop laughing. More useful links than you can shake a joystick at. If you'd like to get early... He's wearing a necktie. He's got clothes. He knows what clothes are. If you'd like to get early access to the show's episodes, as well as a bevy other shows on the Geekade Podcast Network, check out our page. I can't fucking take it anymore. Also, link to the show notes. It helps All right, I'm back. It helps keep the show running week after week, and all our patrons are loved and appreciated. This show's theme song, Squared Roots, was written by Banjo Guy Ollie. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. And finally, as always, we'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, for making this show listenable for all you folks. Oh, for fuck's sake, I cannot stop coughing. We'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. Thanks for putting up with this. On behalf of Dan, Dean, and Donkey Kong's Ty, keep playing games. Cranky dragging his nuts. Fucking dying.
Sorry.